He says, Ace, I'm balancing my online affiliate business with other responsibilities. It just seems too overwhelming. How can I manage my time efficiently when I'm multitasking on various tasks and commitments? Okay, Alex, here's the thing. You know, when I used to do that, and mind you, Alex, I don't know if you're a father, a grandparent, or what kind of responsibilities you have, but you got to prioritize your responsibilities. And me as a parent, a parent of one child. Imagine a parent who has 2 kids or 3 kids or 4 kids or more. I had one. And, the thing is, I had to prioritize, what is the most important task I should be working on? Now, if you have a job, Alex, the job comes first. You got to take care of your job because you need that cash flow to fund your business. Okay. So what happens is at this point, for me, I was in a different situation. I actually had all the time in the world, and I was homeschooling my son and be able to fart around with my time with tasks that have no importance whatsoever on what I should be doing that'll help me with my business. Okay. That's wasting time. So if these tasks that you talk about that is, really pulling you away from your business, you have to prioritize from the top to the bottom. So the top is the highest priority to the bottom, which is the least priority. Think about the top 3 things that you should be working on. Is it studying more about marketing? Then that's what you should be focused on. Is it, do you have to invest? Do you have to buy traffic? Okay. Do you need to create posts? If you don't know how to create a post, maybe you need to take a class on how to do it, right? Maybe you need to go through your courses. Okay. These are things that are top priority, because all the other stuff, irrelevant. It's like at the bottom of the food chain, right? At that point. So like if you have a job and you're prioritizing your tasks, make sure that you're working on IPAs. These are income producing activities, things that are going to produce a result. Okay. Produce income, right? So what are those things? I'm going to chime in here with my partner here because we do it together. Rich, tell them what are the IPAs that they should be working on. This is for Alex.
Well, I mean, anytime you think about income producing activities, you always want to focus on getting a result. What's a result? Result doesn't mean just a sale. Results mean getting closer to that sale, right? So in other words, our end goal always is to make sure that we're building that relationship constantly, right? Because once that trust is built, you're able to make sales. People have it backwards. They think about making the sale without understanding how to build a relationship.
Exactly.
Right. That's one of the mistakes I made in the very beginning too. So don't get me wrong. I wasn't perfect in the beginning either. Okay. I just wanted to make a sale because you see people making money. And you're like, hey, I want to make money too. So you get excited and you think about that. Now, when it comes to multitasking, I have a different view, right? I heard a long time ago that multitasking kills your IQ. And the reason why is because you have to really focus on one thing at a time. What happens to humans is we get overwhelmed very easily when you try to take on too many things. All right. And it happens. Some people, in rare cases, they actually can do it. Most people can't. It's a scientific fact. Most people cannot multitask.
Yes.
It kills your IQ because you're not really focusing on the objective at hand. So for instance, if you're trying to, let's talk about business for a second. Let's say you're trying to build a list. You're trying to build up your audience in social media. You're trying to figure out like how to create content, right? You're trying to figure out how to write an email. You're trying to figure out how to learn a new ad platform, right? Your brain is going to explode, man. All right. Don't look at it that way. Start with one thing at a time. Say, what's the most important thing I could do?
That's
okay,
right.
I got to get an autoresponder, right? That's the first thing. I got to start having that piece first. Once I get that down, I move to the next step, right? Then you move to the next step. What's the next step? Well, I got to get my emails down. Notice I didn't say autoresponder, get emails down. Oh, no. I said, get your autoresponder set up first, right? Then once you got that process down, get the email follow-up situated. Okay. So that way they have emails, coming when actually you have leads coming in, right? As those leads could see those emails. Once you have that down and get that flowing, right? How do I broadcast? How do I tag? Then you can start thinking about those little next steps, right? So that way you're not going, oh my God, I got to set up an autoresponder. I got to create a follow-up. I got to learn about broadcasting and tagging. No. Remember how I said it? One thing at a time. And before you know it, you're going to look back and you're going to accomplish so much. And you'll be like, wow, look, I got my email process already set up, right? My autoresponder set up. I got my follow-up already done. Wow, I just learned how to broadcast. I learned how to tag. What does that mean? Right? And you did it all one step at a time. And you didn't go to the next step until the first step was completed. That's what I'm saying. Multitasking will kill your IQ because you're going too fast and you're missing the skills. You're missing the thing that will get you to the promised land. You're missing the thing that will get you the results that you're looking for, that success, right? You know how many people I've talked to, and I've witnessed this? A lot of successful people, they go to the top so fast sometimes, they forgot how they got there. So when they run into a struggle, they don't know how to get back up there again.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to really think about that. It's very, very important, right? Like with me and Ace, we have this constantly steady climb, right? Very steady. It's because we always remember, how did we get here? How did we do this? So what we did was we didn't change anything. We kept focusing on what works. We remember how we started. We remember the struggle. We also remember the results. Remember the one thing at a time that we started adding, the next thing, adding, the next thing, adding. And now it makes all the sense to us now, right? And we don't feel overwhelmed. We feel very in flow, all right? And I love that because Jeffrey always talks about it. My coach, he says, you got to be in flow. Only way to be in flow is to think about, like, I accomplished this, great. Next step, next step, next step, next step. But don't move to that next step until that first step is completed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then you can learn the advanced stuff later. Get the basics down first.
Yes.
And now you will see progress. You won't see progress if you're coming home from work and you feel overwhelmed. Look at me when I was working. I was working like 12, 16-hour days, man. And you know what I did? I came home and the first thing I focused on was two things. Emails, literally emails, and driving traffic. That's it. I knew that I had a couple hour window. That's all I had. I was going to be zonked. I'm going to be out like a light, because I was working so many hours. So I knew my time frame. I would get tired right before the end of work, right? Then I would get in the car and I would get like I don't know, I would get like woken up again. And by the time I get to the house, it could be about 45, 50-minute drive from, Connecticut to Mass. I would be like, man, I'm starting to get tired again. And then when I get there and I walk into the house, I'm awake again. And I take advantage of that opportunity of being awake, because that's what happens. And I said, I got to get this done before tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that way, when I'm at work, I had traffic coming in. My emails were firing away, right? So I had those couple things situated. And then once I got in that flow, on the weekends, I started adding other things, right? I started adding new things. I was studying, and I was learning new things, right? But I didn't do all of that at once. I took a couple of steps at a time and made sure that first step was done before moving to the next step.